And here we are. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out tonight. We're playing Symbaroum. We are more specifically right in the thick of the adventure called Fever of the Hunt, which shows up in the adventure collection. Um, I guess apologies that my OBS looks horrible tonight, but I made an oopsie, and I made the oopsie too close to us coming online for me to fix it. So it's gonna look a little rough, but that's okay. We are gonna get started here. I guess quick. Maybe I should just have Gabe do the recap. He'll do a better recap than I than I probably will. What happened last time, Gabe?
What happened last time? So last time we had a confrontation with the guy Sikander who had killed uh, a other magic user of sorts, another mystic, Hindelo. And we had this confrontation on the hill. It could have been like going into a fight, but we somehow managed to understand that. It's not worth it to count to blows. That whatever Sikander was doing, he thought that he was eliminating a threat to Salindra's hope, and we kind of bet that he wouldn't pose further threat too much to the settlement or to us. Um, but in discussing with him, and I think the one who played a major role in kind of making him eager to reveal some stuff to us was um, um, was Papa Gnosis, who kind of got into his good side and kind of made him to open up a little bit. And we learned that basically he knows more or believes he knows more about what's down in the under the hill, and that he believes that there is a specific artifact that he wants to get his hands on. He revealed to us that there's whoever is down there was a temple to this cult of the serpent, which probably harked back to the times of Symbaroum, and that he wants something that is in there. As we continue to kind of investigate, we'll learn additional stuff, and here the protagonist would have been Jenna's character, who went back into the hut where Hendelo was killed and finally managed to find a scrap of paper, who cast additional light on who he actually was, and that is perfect because it lines up with a character's background. That she learned this guy was basically one of the Dark Lords, if we can believe that, one of the big evil necromancer who created a whole destructive war that led the Umbrians to migrate north. And the last part of this is we also learned that there is an ancient Karoharan myth about what's actually under this hill, which kind of complements or contrasts with what Sikander believed. And the ancient tribe of this area believed that under the hill lies either an elf or a wraith or a god that was known as the Eternal Hunter, and that always came associated with some sort of thunderous storm type of physical manifestation. So that's more or less what happened. And then as we were kind of learning and trying to figure out what to do, stuff happens. And one of the people digging on the hill, the widower, goes missing. His troop of 20 diggers kind of want him to pay him. And at the culmination of the session, we figure out that something will go search for him the day after on the dig site, and we find that he has found potentially a entry to an underground complex under the hill and has appeared in there. And as we start the session, the group is standing next to this hole, next to this entrance to the underground complex potentially, and deciding what to do next.
That all sounds right. There's
That was pretty good.
He's on the other
Small-
side of you.
small child over here. Arthur. Birthday boy. Birthday boy is
Hey, birthday boy! Happy birthday!
boy.
Hey,
Hey.
boy.
Yeah, so that pretty much brings us right up to exactly where we are. It's very early morning. You've all headed out into the hill, and there are some of the folks that are excavating are already out on the hill, and okay, buddy, you got to go upstairs. It's too distracting.
Is he?
What's that? Okay. He got a new game for his birthday.
whoa, nice.
Yep, Mario Maker, because he's been watching a lot of Mario Maker videos. Now he's begging me to get it started. So,
Ah! Yeah,
well,
it's still
I'm
silent.
gonna go upstairs and get him started on it. I thought he was already playing it, so I'll be right back.
No worries.
All right, Arthur,
Yeah,
let's
no
go.
No
problem.
worries at all.
Let's go, buddy. Let's go.
Time to play some Mario Maker.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know if I'm jealous or not.
It's pretty good.
Are you
Like
excited
Mario
to
Maker,
discover
that's got to
inside?
be like some sort of like creating Mario levels and playing them or something.
Yeah, you get to kind of you make your own Mario level. You can if you have Wi-Fi set up, you could share it with other people and try other levels and stuff, and
Oh yeah,
just have a
that's
blast.
Pretty cool. Anyway, you were saying?
I was gonna say, you guys are excited to go check out this spooky, scary, the spooky, scary ruin inside this hill.
I'm going to need you to define excited.
I'm leaving it vague.
Yeah. Yes. Anxious, perhaps.
He undid all of the straps on all of my little things on my chair. Jeez. All right, fix that.
Nice.
Okay. Sorry. So where you're at is you are all you're at the hill. There are people that are coming out and digging. I think you got the report from Roughneck, the other ogre that's kind of been helping you out with security and such, that she saw that some of these guys that were working with what was his name? Our collie, like they had gone out to the hill, kind of before you guys were able to collect yourselves and get out there. And probably at this point, while you were standing over the pit, like you could see our collie's ladder is situated, buckets, tools all laying around. And I would presume maybe it's Val that has hopped down into the hole and is like looking at this opening into the hill where this is exactly where his crew had been kind of excavating and digging out. And maybe just like a couple meters into the hill, he's dug away and pulled earth out, revealing kind of this adobe brick wall that has a big hole in it that, they must have been hammering on it with pickaxes and such. And so there's a big hole in it and there is a space behind it. So this might be a part of this ruined temple or whatever it is that you kind of heard rumors about. There is some kind of structure that is partially, not partially, completely underneath this hill. And Val, as you are kind of looking maybe past with like a little bit of the benefit of the early dawn light here, can giving you sight in there. I think I'm going to retract something I said last time. I think I said that you see the top of a staircase, and I'm going to take that back and say it is not. It is not anything like worked stone on the other side. What you do see are several passages that are maybe 3.5, at best 4 feet in width, circular, that seem to kind of tunnel right into the earth. There's like a couple, you can see like a couple of different passages or openings. But given what you see in the earth here, it couldn't be just Arcali that has gone through here. There's a number of different footprints of various sizes. You're probably guessing that the angry men that feel shortchanged by him probably came here, saw this hole, and maybe went in after him.
That would be a dozen people.
About a
Like
dozen.
How many? How many?
About a dozen.
dozen.
Yeah, he had like a full crew that he must have given his life savings to come out here and work with. Although it sounds like the money ran out because he wasn't able to pay them more recently.
Well, I think Val would say, well, now we have a problem. We can't leave this here. We need to secure this site. We need to figure out what happened to Alkali and the crew. But at the same time, we need to ensure that Silver Chick down in the settlement is aware of what's going on here. So I don't command you. You are your own people. You decide what to do. But I gotta go down here and bring out anyone is down there. I don't think it's a good idea to go down there.
My back your play, boss. Is there anybody else around? Like, he's down in the hole, right? And we're kind of standing up around the lip.
I think so, unless any of you feel that you went down there as well.
No, I'd be standing up there. Is there anybody else, any other locals around?
There are. Not like directly, like right next to you, but people with an eye shot, kind of scattered around the hill, at their own little dig sites.
I'm gonna holler at one of them and wave them over.
Yeah, there's.
And if they're moving slow, I'm bellowing for them to hurry up.
Yeah, there's like one individual that you haven't interacted with that kind of comes scurrying over, like especially once your ogre voice kind of spurs him to haste. He comes scurrying over,
And as he comes up, I kind of grab him by the back of his neck and set him up next to the thing. And I say, Val, what's your message for Silvercheek?
That's a good question. I think she needs to get ready to core Dune and get the leg breakers ready for anything that might happen while we try to secure the site.
Okay. I kind of turn his head to me. I say, did you get all that?
yeah.
Take that message now. And I give him a little shove.
As he kind
And I
of
say, be quick about it.
starts stumbling a little bit on the side of the hill, he picks himself up, and you don't have to tell him twice. He goes scurrying down right towards the main gate of Salindra's Hope.
Okay. And then I'll, crouch down, sit on the edge, and hop down in the hole.
Now,
Does it look too small for me to like get through there, or would I have to crawl?
Pretty much everybody's gonna have to crawl if they want to like go down one of these tunnels. Like none of you would be able to stand. It's definitely like a belly crawl, or probably what you noticed from the tracks. Like it seems like at least a number of these guys probably went feet first, because and you get the sense like it's gonna get dark real quick because this is like a winding. We'll say that there are 3 proper tunnels that you could take, but each one goes down very irregularly. Like this is not some measured somebody, went 45-degree angle down or something like that. Like it is kind of weirdly shaped. But it does go down and it gets pretty steep at points, and it bends and curves, and you go down this passageway more than 30 feet, you're going to be in pitch black.
Okay, and just for clarification in my mind, does this doesn't look to be in any way, shape, or form worked? Could it be a like an animal burrow?
It
Like
feels
a big,
like that.
like a big earthworm or something like that, or
That's pretty much
that type of thing?
precisely what it feels like.
That's great. Great.
Now, Val, we had talked about the fact that you had heard a story about this place. Is that something that comes into the conversation at any point here?
Yeah, I think as you're standing at the threshold of this boring holes, I think you would say, and yesterday I spoke with Samuel at the Gerald trade shop, and he told me about what the locals, the Karahar tribe, believe about this hill. And there is an ancient tradition about a god or elf or wraith that lived here in ages past. Someone known as the Eternal Hunter. And so whatever is down here, guys, doesn't spell good. We shouldn't go down there, but we kind of have to. We need to bring these folks out. We need to save who we can. We need to prevent whoever lies down there to come out here. This could be a life or death situation, and I have no authority to ask you to risk your lives. So that's your decision. But I think we gotta go. We gotta go and we gotta stop this.
So with that story kind of dropped, one who has the lore master feature could do a cunning check.
May I?
You may.
That's what I was thinking when he was like dropping this information. Is like, I wanna learn more.
All right,
Let's
big
see.
money, no whammies.
Yep.
Let's
Come on.
Fingers crossed.
Low,
Baby.
roll low.
Baby needs a new
There we
pair
go.
of shoes.
Yeah.
Nice. Heck
Bingo.
yeah.
Okay. So, you know a little bit more specifically what the Karahor believe about this hill. Something that the witches of Clan Karahar would say is not just is rooted in historical fact, not fable, not tale, not to explain some natural phenomenon. Like what they believe is this actually happened, and this figure that Val was kind of alluding to is they refer to him as the Eternal Hunter, and he is an ancient god of Davokar. At one point in time, he was believed to be mortal, was a shepherd of a sort that tended to a flock of sheep, was a herder, but something spurred them to kind of give up that life and become a hunter. And they did so through all of the seasons, which is something unsustainable, something that the elves definitely would look down upon, because the elves are kind of about balance and preserving this this place, but he just had an insatiable hunger, and eventually he himself kind of took on this deific form through these hunts, and eventually his prey focused on kind of another god, a forest god by the name of Gilta, the mother of all of the Abors that live in the woods. So definitely a step up from the boring prey, the boring game that he had been hunting. And he had kind of derived almost like, followers and such. He had those that would go out on hunts with him. And there was actually a huge confrontation that happened between the Eternal Hunter and Gilta. The way that the Karahard tribe describes it is the Eternal Hunter was on the, I don't want to say the losing side, but he had a mortal wound that he incurred in this big battle, and he had to retreat. And this is where, now that you're hearing this story, you're wondering if this is not the hill that the Karahar believe that he retreated to. And it is said that Gilta is always in pursuit because he killed so many of her children, so many of her babies, that this is a feud that will not be settled until one of them is dead. So the reason that the Karahar tribe, likely, your interpretation would be the reason that they have so many taboos about this place is because there's sort of a balance, and now you're putting it together that probably this large thing that you have been hearing
Gilta.
maybe is Gilta or is related
or
to
one of her
Gilta.
kids. Yeah.
And like your interpretation would be that the barbarians probably see that there is sort of a balance here with Gilta encircling this mound. Don't mess with it, because there's a delicate balance of these two horrible gods kind of, keeping a balance.
Yeah. Oh, Val. I think I think you're very right that there's something to be concerned about here. There's in legend there's a god here, or a god retreated to this place, and that god is incurred the anger of another god that it or one of its kids might be tromping through the woods around this guy's last stand.
Oh. Hi, you've never told this story before, have you?
Me?
Yes, you.
Mm-mm. I didn't have enough information then, but it's coming together now.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm having a bit of I don't know what you call it when you feel like you've lived this before, sort of thing.
Deja vu.
Yes, that thing. Sure.
That's Umbrian.
Well, I feel like I've had well, I don't know if it's necessarily related, but I just remember last night seeing this hill, and I mean, we all drowned from it was blood that started pouring from it. We all started to drown. It pushed us towards the wall. All the city, all these townspeople, they all drowned in the blood. When we get to the wall, it pushed us over the wall where I saw There was an army of beasts on the other side. There was a boar there, as larger than any tree, round. It wasn't staring at us, but it was staring at that there hill, with hate in its eyes. I don't know.
Well,
It seems
it
there's a
certainly
delicate
seems,
balance here. Yes.
and that balance is definitely going to be upset by these people traipsing about. So, yes, while Val, I don't think we have an obligation necessarily to you or to, uh, uh, our jobs to go down there and take care of this. I think we have an obligation to ourselves and to the people here that we might live, because I fear that right now we are standing between those angry beasts and this hill. So, what to do about it? I don't know. Whether we should free what is down there so that it might meet what is coming for it, and just pray that we get out of the way. I don't know, but we're going to have to do something.
Are you ready to lay down your life?
It doesn't sound like I have a choice.
I believe I'm ready. It comes with the job.
I, for one, am not ready. I was hoping, we'd get out of here. I could get us out of here quickly. But have you tried calling for them down there first? Maybe they're just lost. We could just call them. They could come on out. Maybe follow your voice type of deal before we go in there.
We have to be fast, Reg. And if you don't want to come, I respect that. In fact, if you could help Silvercheek to understand that this could be the moment where she needs to save as many people as possible. She might need you to guide them fast out of here.
Yes. But I'll look around and I'm gonna say, well, I've been with you, and I feel that at least, well, if we need to get out of there, if it is a bit of maze and whatnot, I feel like maybe I could help us out. I'll head with you. I'll head in with you, and make sure it gets too hairy. Yeah, I think maybe we just leave, is what I'm saying.
Last time I went down one of these complexes, 3 of us came in, and I barely made it out alive. I can't guarantee your safety if you follow me.
Putting up a really good argument not to go in
I was gonna say, admittedly, I'm feeling less confident now.
especially
It
with
really
that blood.
I am a bit of a wuss,
What I'm sorry. What is driving you to go forward if you know the danger? Are you looking to die?
No, but I know what we're gonna find down there, and whatever it is, it's more powerful than us. We have little chance, but perhaps if we act fast, and if we act in unison, perhaps we can do this. But I assure you, whatever you think you see down there, don't follow protocol. Don't touch anything. Don't interact with anything. The mission is we go down there, we find those folks, we bring them out. will live behind anything that's down there. I know this sounds crazy, but this is how we have to do it.
Hey, Alex,
Yes.
you described like they dug a hole and then there was some kind of like clay adobe structure that they ended up breaking through, right?
Yep.
So there's pieces of this wall, right?
Yes.
I'm going to grab a couple pieces of the wall and see if there's any writing. If it just looks plain, I mean, and I'll say to everybody, if this thing was trapped, if it was in here, I mean, something had to have kept it from getting out, right? I mean, you would think if it's a god that it could surely dig, dig a tunnel to the surface. Apparently it couldn't. I mean, it looks like it dug a tunnel to this adobe thing, but it was unable to get through from that side. So do your stories tell of any weaknesses of this creature or something that it feared? I say that to
Gretel?
Jen's character, who is
Gretel.
Gretel. Yes, Gretel.
Okay, and I'm sorry, repeat the question one more time.
I'm postulating that this thing apparently like dug the tunnel to the wall, but it couldn't break through the wall or break that out and continue digging. Something trapped it, or else I would think it would easily be able to dig itself fully out.
I thought in Gretel's
Right.
story she said it was like injured, and so it had like kind of limped its way into
Yeah.
there. And so
This
maybe
was-
maybe it hasn't been strong enough to get out, but it unfortunately I think if it feeds on these people, it might be strong enough.
I couldn't tell you, like, I'm not that intimately familiar with gods, but according to the stories, this individual was a real person who attained godhood. And upon that battle, they were injured so badly that they returned here to recover. If they haven't come out, I'm assuming they hadn't recovered. If I'm following the thread of the story. But honestly, I won't know any more until I go in there and start looking around.
While you all are kind of piecing the pieces of information that you have together, and Nameless picks up the kind of chunk of the wall. These adobe bricks do not have any markings on them. They look rather unremarkable, really, even stylistically. Like, it looks like it is literally just a brick mortared together to create what you would guess at this point is some kind of exterior wall, because it is the first thing that you're striking up against. And whether these earthen dug tunnels are a part of this structure or something else is hard to say. But you had heard there was some rumor about a temple to a serpent cult or something like that, and so there are a couple of things that are kind of adding up a little bit as you're looking at these winding tunnels, but could also just be coincidence that you've heard of strange serpentine beasts in Davokar that can grow to be quite large, so that is another possibility.
That will be the lindworms? Is that what you're referring to?
Lindworm is probably the thing that would be most top of mind.
Well, let's do this. I think every moment we lose, it's a chance that if Papa knows his theory is right and this creature can feed off of these people and come back out, we need to prevent that. We kind of need to be fast.
I'm willing to
Does
follow. The
does
sound
anybody
maybe
have any,
sounding a little
like-
less confident. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I gotta allow this comment. Yes, a lindworm
I
will
got it
fuck you
already.
up.
I got it already.
And thank you for the cheers and subs and everything. Yeah, so it sounds like you guys are heading down. Who's gonna be the brave leader of the pack?
Did
Right.
somebody have light?
I was looking for that. I don't. I've got a flint and steel,
Yeah.
but I
I've got
don't have a
firewood.
light.
I
have
have
a
flint and steel
firewood.
and firewood.
Yeah.
Me
So
too.
we can make a torch.
Oh, I guess we can make a torch out of the firewood, huh?
Yeah. Not a very one that lasts long, but nonetheless.
If we're looking for sneakiness, my character can go in first. Though, if we're looking, that's pretty much what they got.
And I think you understand. You got two choices basically: belly down, army crawling forward, or you can go down the tunnel and kind of backpedal or forward pedal, I guess, with your legs to drive you forward.
I think we're gonna light. I think Val is gonna light one firewood with flint and steel to make like an improvised torch.
Sure, that sounds
And
good.
then go in feet first.
Okay. And then I guess just tell me, like, you're going first. Who's going to bring up the rear?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go second.
Third.
Okay, I'll be fourth.
Sounds good.
And I'll be going face first.
Yeah, and for you, it's going to be it's not going to be comfortable for anybody, but for you, it's going to feel a little bit more like squeezing than it does for the others. But like this is true caving what you're doing.
Yeah. We're spelunking now.
Yes. Yep. So Val, you strike up your torch and kind of illuminates the space, and you start to get in your back and start kind of driving yourself forward with that torch out in front of you. And even with a very claustrophobic feeling, even with the light, as this tunnel just kind of bending and turning, you can only ever see a couple feet in front of you just because of the obscurity of all of those turns. But as you're kind of pulling yourself down into the earth, you start to hear something. And it sounds almost like music, like this rhythmic drum beating. At first, you're not really sure if it was coming from outside or inside, but as you take a moment, you can actually feel it within the soil coming from down below. And every foot forward that you take, you can feel it just a little bit more keenly. The rest of you are feeling that and hearing that as well.
Do you hear what I'm hearing?
I feel it. I
Don't stop now. Keep on going forward.
Yeah, right.
And I'm gonna do something here that I haven't really seen in other Symbaroum adventures, but it calls for a 1 in 6 chance of a thing. So we'll see. If I roll a 1,
Oh.
I don't know, something
We could
might
think
happen.
of the
Something
party.
happens.
Okay.
Oh,
Lucky
thank God
you.
You rolled a
Oh.
question mark. Good.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can't see my rolls?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you did it
It's
on
that one.
purpose.
Oh no, it was a 4. Oh, good.
Oh.
Now that I know that, that's really good.
You
Audience,
jerk.
don't tell him. Don't tell him when I fudge my roll. Okay, so you continue to drive forward through this tunnel, and eventually, you probably feel like you've traveled. I don't know, maybe like 30, 40 meters down. Like it's kind of hard to measure because you're not going straight down or whatever, but it's a winding tunnel. After a while, we'll say, several minutes of travel at least, eventually the tunnel begins to open up. And you can see this with your lantern, that the the light catches upon this open chamber. And your tunnel is kind of coming in on the ground level of this, and it kind of opens up, we'll say about 30 feet overhead. But this chamber that you're coming into is dominated by, like, the thing that maybe you see first is that there's this very enormous skeleton that kind of wraps around, like that of a lindworm, potentially. Larger, probably, than the typical, what you've heard of lindworms. Like, this is one that just kind of stretches this entire open chamber. Like, this is the big mama of lindworms. But skeletal, but still has like kind of like this clinging, almost scaly skin, dead, that kind of clings to some of the bones and such. But then in the center of the chamber, you see those a dozen forms standing about. Their backs are turned to you, but they all seem to be kind of like hitting against their chests, and kind of like they're doing this like dance in sync with each other. It almost looks like vaguely like maybe some kind of a barbarian war tribe, like war dance kind of thing, but like not exactly, but it reminds you of that. Just the rhythm of this music that you hear in this chamber. You're not sure where it's coming from. It's just like on the air, but you hear this drum beat. There's no drum in sight, but this phenomenon is coming over you, and it just feels very like preparing for the big battle or something like that. And all of their attention, you recognize that all of these people are the Daythalers that had worked with
That's
our
what I was
colony.
worried about.
And he's there as well. He's kind of at the front of this
Right.
dozen people, and they're all looking up. And you can see where the skeleton of the Lindburn kind of wraps its way around the chamber. Kind of, it almost feels like it's like caked into the earth. It almost forms like a staircase to nowhere sort of thing, like it's just embedded in the wall. But up on one of the segments of its spine, you see sitting upon it is this figure with glowing red eyes. I don't know if any of your characters have seen elves before, but it has pointed ears. It has kind of a slanted forehead. Like, it has facial features that look elvish. Wearing kind of this aged leather, a cloak that is composed of animal furs, and he wears on his brow this like crown of antlers.
Was there any other light besides what we brought in the chamber?
There is not. The only
There
light
is
that is
not.
filtering in is that from your torch, which the figure perched up above seems to notice and speaks. No, he doesn't speak. But you can see that he like turns and looks at Arkali. And Arkali speaks as if retorting to him. And he says, No, they are not with us. They are from the town. There are many more just like them there. I'm sorry. I didn't think to mention it. No, I am not trying to deceive you. I am not trying to deceive you. And then he just kind of like bows his head in shame, and it seems like he goes back to kind of hitting his chest, and like he starts doing like the dance just like the others.
What the hell's going on, boss?
Nothing good.
What is that?
Announce.
A question: are his eyes glowing of their own, or are they reflecting the torch light, and it's red?
They look like they're creating their own light.
Okay, that's probably bad.
And you can imagine, like, these guys are all humans. So when they were sitting here in the dark, they were just, like, looking up, like, you know, hypnotized by the two little specks of red in the dark.
Right.
And he's not yet aware of us or sees us, correct?
I think he noticed our torchlight, from what I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah,
So
he knows
we got
we're
light on us. Yeah. But he hasn't like acted upon us being here, besides apparently questioning
Oh yeah, he
our
said
collie,
where
right?
are we with them? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
guys, I'm about to say something that is gonna not be good, but I'll let you finish.
Okay.
Hey, I'll let you go. Hey, might as well jump right into it.
Well, I think Val is gonna say our collie.
he doesn't respond. But you do hear a voice in your head say, "You will speak and address me."
And none of us heard that, just him.
I think just Val. I think it's gonna be, he's just gonna center it on the one that's talking. And he'll say, "You know who I am? Are
I
you
would be a
prepared?
fool not. I'll be a fool not to know who you are.
You have arrived at a fortuitous moment. For you will be taking part in the great hunt. Soon, we will go into the woods and we will end this centuries-old feud. We will finish what I started. You are most welcome here."
What about balance? I thought your kind treasured balance above everything.
What do you know of my kind? You hide behind a mask. What are you? Are you a god?
Most definitely not.
Hmm. These others that are with you, are they prepared for the hunt? We must begin.
I don't think that they want to be part of the hunt, but I will represent them if I must. What about the folk from the settlement? Would you allow me to warn them so that they can leave the stage for your hunt without getting in the way?
How many are there?
Too many. I think they need to leave so you can play your game the way you deem fit.
There is strength in numbers. If there are many there, they may join, and they may take part in this triumph and relish in the glory of the defeat of Gilta. All of their bellies will be full. We shall feast like the hunter kings of old. You may go and tell them of this moment. Not a warning, but a summons.
Reg,
Huh.
please warn the good folk of Salindra's Hope that the time that we spoke about before coming down here has come.
Okay, sure. All right. Well, bye. I'm gonna back out of there. Anyone? Are we leaving? Is that what we're doing? You're staying here, or?
You are leaving, and the rest too.
Confused.
Are we taking any of the dozen?
I think as the question gets asked, the eternal hunter just like leaps down off of the worm, and he just does one of these. No. They will remain here. As for you, I think you need to take a moment here. You are filled with fear. You're not feeling what I feel. That anticipation. Do not recoil from it. Embrace it. We are not enemies. We fight on the same side. You will fight with me before it is over. That isn't a request.
We can all hear this, right?
At this point, he's kind of broadcasting to all of you. He's not speaking.
Okay.
It's telepathic, but
Okay.
he definitely imparts upon you a great deal of confidence that you will all be fighting together.
What would we be fighting?
Yeah.
You will be helping me on the hunt. Imagine the most majestic, powerful Abor that you have ever seen. One who towers above even the tallest trees in Davokar.
I can see it. It towers even behind Davokar.
Towers in the distance. I see.
I think at this
She-
point, Val would say, whisper, Ice, get out of here.
What are you gonna do?
Stay and see if I can limit damage. Or we need to warn the others. They need to leave right now.
Nameless turns
seems
to.
like-
Go ahead, right?
I was just gonna say, it seems like if we try to leave, he's gonna try to stop us.
He's saying go prepare the village. Prepare those that you are here with. Have them arm themselves, for we will march soon.
Well, I'm gonna just start moving back, and I'm gonna grab whoever's next to me. Oh, it's Val. I'm gonna be grabbing Val by the back of your head, your armor, and say, "Okay, let's go then."
Oh
Wouldn't
yeah,
you know
okay,
it? I'm
okay,
following
yeah.
too.
Val, are you also exiting?
That's what he wants to do, but something tells him he needs to stay here and study this thing. The more he can learn now, the more he can help them later. So I think he will try to resist being dragged away and say, go.
Okay, you see him dancing right there, right? Like, they weren't doing that before. They're under some sort of god power or something.
Yeah, none of them have ever at any point like turned and looked at you, engaged with you. They are just totally under his spell, whatever that is.
All I'm gonna say is that I fear that if you stay, you're gonna be
One
doing
of
the
them.
same thing they are.
All that matters is that you warn Silvercheek.
I'm gonna let you have a moment to discuss this while I haul this kid upstairs.
Birthday time!
Birthday boy.
I mean, it's your call,
Should-
Val, but it seems pretty dangerous. You might as, I mean, come with us. We could at least figure out a plan, some kind of way to handle this.
Yeah, you're
Or
just sacrificing yourself. It seems that that's
Yeah.
you're kind of been bent on going in here and doing what you must, but yeah, you need to stay alive to help anyone. We'll be fighting you with them, it seems. Let's go.
Aren't you curious to learn more about this elf?
No.
I am.
frankly, I am too.
I am. But here's my thing. I think we stay together. Either we all leave or we all stay. We don't split up.
I feel like at this juncture, splitting up could be very dangerous.
I think it is my duty to try to save them.
And in saving them, we also need to, that includes the town. And by informing them what happened, we can get more people out of here and then focus our attention on the few that are here.
That's fine, but the thing is looking at us. I think if you want to stay here, Val, you could. If you need to do what you need to do for yourself, you've heard what I've had to say. I'm leaving. And I'm gonna go.
So you
I'll
grab
follow.
the torch.
I do not. I just start. I mean, I'm able to, hopefully, be able to go through that. Was it a maze to get through, or was it just one straight path?
It's just like a winding, like presumably you could scramble around in the dark. A little bit eerie and claustrophobic without the light, but you could probably manage it.
I have firewood and flint and steel. I could make another one as well, should we need to. And in fact, I will make I'll strike it to kind of make like a little torch, and I'll be following Reg out.
I think so Reg, you're just like hauling you're getting out like pronto, right?
Well, I've kind of yes, my characters already said what they thought. It seems like Val is hell bent on staying here, so he is going to begin to move out
Okay, so
while he still can, or while she still can.
you're gonna try to climb out in the just like in the dark.
Well, I think there's a torch.
Oh, you are
so-
grabbing the torch. Okay, you grab the torch. Well, because like there's a lot that could happen in like a couple of seconds. So like doing
Okay.
doing up a
Oh, I
torch and
see.
everything. I'm trying to figure out what is everybody exactly precisely doing in like these 6 seconds as you've kind of ended the conversation, basically.
I'm following Reg.
Okay, you're just following the ridge. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am standing next to Val, probably one step back and to his right.
Okay. And what about Gnosis?
I think Gnosis is quite literally torn between trying to stay with Val and going back with Reg, and so he would probably be smack dead between both parties, between Val and the ogre, and Reg and the witch hunter.
Are you just kind of idling at the moment, like not sure which way to go?
Like
Okay.
I think he's like trying to listen to like where Reg and them, if they've left yet, and but he still kind of like wants to hang back and find out more, see what Val's play is here. He doesn't want to die, but he wants to find out more, and so he's really, you know, torn between whether he runs for his life or he sticks around. He kind of wants to see what Val's up to, but Val notoriously plays it close to the chest.
Yeah, okay. I think I've got the scene then. So Gretel and Reg head back up the tunnel that you just came out of. Maybe 10 seconds later, like the Eternal Hunter is just like standing like 10 feet from the group, having heard everything that you were kind of discussing. Seems like he's just maybe thinking about it. But all of a sudden, like without him gesturing or saying anything, you see all of the dancers start to go wait. Do you have light?
Val is holding the
Val
torch,
is holding
right?
the torch.
I
Okay.
heard one.
So you can see that the dancers, those that are enthralled by him, start to kind of scatter. And they take to the edges of the room, and you can see they're getting down on on their hands and knees, and they're crawling out other tunnels. We'll say like 3 each to a separate tunnel around the perimeter of the room. The Eternal Hunter just looks at Val, I think, and telepathically is sending a message to you saying, "You wish to learn about me? We have but short amount of time for you to do so. Ask your questions quickly. I have business to attend to."
Do you care what happens to us, or only about your hunt?
I do not know you. I have been thinking about this hunt for centuries upon centuries as I have recovered down here. My priorities are clear. Now,
I will.
if you are to
I will-
join me on this hunt, then your value to me and your importance, your stock will rise quite a bit in my eyes.
I'm willing to join you. But I have only one question to ask of you.
Yes.
I want to ensure that my companions can go out of here.
Those that survive the hunt, I'll gladly reward with being able to leave. Though I suspect they will wish to remain. For there is always another hunt. Come. And you watch, he starts to move, and he's actually going towards the tunnel where you came in from.
Val will follow him.
I follow Val.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
We will say that interaction there took maybe 5-10 minutes. So while that is all happening, we'll go to what Reg and Gretel, you manage to navigate your way through that tunnel. You get back up topside. You can see, like nobody knows anything about what you guys saw down there. Nobody really, I think, even knows that there is a way into the tunnel. You're just looking upon the hill, and you can see everybody with their own individual dig sites, digging away and working as they normally would. You look back towards Salindra's Hope, and you can see that there is a fire lit. The big fire at the campsite is lit. That's normally not lit during the day. And there is sort of odd. There's like this purplish smoke that is emanating from the fire.
Do you think that had to do with the ritual that was done a few days ago? Or is there something that they're burning that does that?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm thinking that we get Silver Cheek and let her know it's maybe it's time to get going.
Mm-hmm.
As you're emerging from the tunnel, it sounds like you're wanting to head to Salindra's Hope, maybe talk to Silver Cheek. Whoever among you has the better vigilant can do a vigilant test.
That probably is me.
I do not think it's me. Definitely not. It's a 10.
You succeed. As you're just kind of like scanning the area, you notice an ogre, the backside of an ogre that you're familiar with. Roughneck is on the outside of the palisade, some distance away from you. Like, she is on like the back side, the far side of Salindra's Hope, and she's like walking towards the woods, like she's heading into the forest. Kind of like hastily doing so. Got her big bag of books with her. She's like packed up, like she's out.
Roughneck!
And
Gonna call out.
she's like quite a ways away. Even if you call out,
Oh, okay.
she doesn't. If she heard you, she kind of ignores you, and she's heading into the woods.
Oh, that can't be good.
Look, besides her, no one else seems to be doing anything.
Everyone else is just business as normal.
I think we have to. I mean, I'm interested enough to take a look. I want to get a better vantage point to see if I can understand what's going on.
You want to head up towards the top of the hill?
Sure.
Is that what you mean? Like to kind of look around?
Oh well, I'm looking to see where Roughneck's going. I'm looking to see if she's running away from something. So I'm not necessarily trying to get closer to the hill. I'm trying to just
There doesn't
understand the situation
there doesn't
better.
seem to be anything in pursuit of her, and no one else is. As you're emerging from the tunnels and everything, like you do have a bit of, you could see into the palisade, like inside the town, like there's no alarm raised, like there's no people scrambling. There's no sense of urgency whatsoever. Nothing that is
Okay.
like prevalent in terms of why is she doing this.
Right. I just can't say. Seems Roughneck just left, huh? I guess she didn't get.
Yeah. We should find Silver Cheek and see, get the information out and kind of see what's happening. I'm kind of like looking. I'm looking over at the fire, just like looking at like the purplish smoke that's coming out, and just like that. It doesn't look good. I'm gonna start I'm gonna start trudging like my way towards town, and so that way I can start looking for Silver Cheek as quickly as possible.
Yep. You walk right through the open gates because there is nobody there. The two security guys that are still around are at back of the hill, and Roughneck has just noped out. So you walk right in, and you can make your way to where the fire pit is, and get to the gambling den, where you would find Silver Cheek. Is like cleaning up the bar and such from the previous night, and there's the fellow that had kind of gotten hollered at to go tell Silvercheek, like he's just kind of like, I don't know why they told me to come and tell you it's time to bug out. There is a whole, it looked like they were investigating our collies. He's trying to explain all this, and she's like, get the hell out of my hair. I don't need this. If they've seen something substantial, I mean, I talked to Val about this. I told him that if he found something and he had some evidence that there was some problem, we'd talk about it. But you're not telling me anything. You don't seem to know anything. And then she sees like you guys walking through the door, and she says, "Oh, you want to tell me what he's been yammering these past 20 minutes to me about?"
Possibly. What has he been yammering about?
He says that y'all told him that there was something to
Oh, it's that
worry
guy.
about
Okay.
in the hill that we need to get. He wants me to uproot the entire camp because of a feeling. That you guys had a feeling things were bad.
Oh, yeah, things are gonna be bad.
Okay, you're telling me the same thing that he told me.
What is?
What? What is it?
I'm gonna just lean closer to like whisper. I'm gonna be like, there was some kind of structure that was uncovered in our collie's hole dig site. There appears to be some kind of elf-looking demigod that is controlling our collie and all of his digger workers. And they're gonna go on a hunt, and they're interested in controlling the other people of the hill as well, unless you guys get out of here as fast as you can before they start controlling you guys.
Wow. You could have told me.
Okay,
couldn't-
I was hoping that that Gretel might convey it better than I can, but yes, let's go. They're controlling everyone's mind down there. It's hard.
Okay.
We gotta leave.
Okay, I wasn't trying to stir. I was hoping.
No, it's time to go now.
I mean, it seems even Roughneck got the feeling too. She's gone.
And like she starts in about like she's got like 100 questions, right? So like she starts in on the first one as like somebody runs in and is like, Silver Cheek, you gotta see this. Something happening at the hill. So what? She's like, she moves past you guys to go outside. So I think we'll flash over to the other guys that are just emerging from their tunnel. So you guys are crawling up out of the tunnel that you originally went to. So you're back at Arcali's dig site. And you're looking up, and you can see that all of those workers that were dancing on the inside have apparently come out the various places that they are kind of crawling up out of the earth at various points of the hill. Some of them coming out of other work sites, it seems like, and they're crawling and clamoring. And like at this point, like their fingers are all like their hands are all bloodied from crawling through this earth, and they're just dirty, and they look like they are struggling a little bit to stay on their feet. But the entire time, they're continuing to like kind of pound on their chests and kind of keep up this dance. It seems like somewhat against their physical constitution is at this point kind of fighting back at them. But they get all the way up to the hill and they're like continuing to dance up there. And I think I said that the not the elf, but the Eternal Hunter was kind of clambering up the same tunnel that you all were. And you see he's starting to make his way up the hill, and he just like he doesn't like gesture or anything, but he's sending like a message directly to Val. Come, join me. Join me. The others will assemble here as well.
I think Val will follow, but he will look towards Nameless and silently ask him a question. Oh, well, I guess silently asking a question is not asking a question, is it?
Read my face.
Yeah.
Read my mask.
Right.
I guess he'll say, you don't have to do this if you don't want.
I'm still unsure what we're doing.
Honestly, I think it's too late for us, but perhaps we can save the rest.
That's I mean, I think that's the point. Are we joining this guy?
We have to. I want to see if I can parry any blows toward us. I'm not sure leaving would mean our safety at this point. I think the beasts that he wants to hunt have already surrounded the camp.
Well, I mean, I guess if there's going to be a fight between two sides, we might as well pick one.
Mm-hmm. At least this one talks, even though just in your brain.
He hasn't done that to me.
Don't look too much in his eyes, just for good measure.
Good advice.
And with that bit of caution, he gets to the top of the hill, and you see him just kind of like hold his hands out, and he closes his eyes, and he starts to like levitate off of the ground. And as he does so, you start hearing that sound, that music that you heard down in the central chamber where you met him starts to flow from the top of the hill. And he starts like dancing in the air. And he's not speaking, there's no communication, but you can feel how loudly this tremor, this rhythm of this percussive sound is wafting over this entire area. And flip back over to those of you, Reg and Gretel. I think you're probably still inside the the saloon there, and you can feel, and you know exactly what it is because you've heard it already. But you can hear this very powerful rhythm hitting the structure itself. And almost immediately, like Silvercheek, like dives back in, and she goes, "What the? Okay, I believe you. What do we do? Your friends are up on that hill. I saw Val."
He's going to try. He's trying to do something from within the hill. And once we ensured that you guys have all made your escape, I'm probably gonna go back and try and make sure he's okay.
Well, there's only so many of us here in town. Like most of the workers are out there on the hill.
Well, looks like we're going back anyway. I guess we'll try to get everyone to leave.
Oh no, we're gonna. Oh no! I know the way out of here. That's why I'm here. We're getting people out, and then we'll try to leave. It's gonna be a wave of red death everywhere. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Let's grab everything that we can and get out of here.
Or yes, you, them. Let's go.
You can see she just runs into a back room, and you hear
Of course.
like rattling of coin and like. But those of you that are on the hill, I need you to make a roll as this ritual starts to occur. Oh, where is it? I believe I should have bookmarked this. Why don't you all give me a resolute test? And that would be Nameless, Val, and Gnosis.
Nice. Let's go, Val. You got this.
Alex, can I use leader novice level? It says that basically I, due to my strong personality, I use persuasion instead of resolute.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll use that one.
Okay. That could have been bad if someone failed it. While you all succeed, maybe because you're prepared for whatever might
Everybody
come
else
next,
does not. Yeah.
probably a good at least half of the day thailers that are digging, holding buckets that they're pulling up out of the holes, they all just like drop their instruments, and there's like 40 people that are just like moving up the hill and abandoning their little dig sites. The others are freaked the fuck out with whatever's happening because there's a spooky looking elf dude that is hovering in the air dancing around. That's enough for a typical Ambrian to be like, nope. And so despite the obsession, seems like that obsession or the spell that had driven them to come to this hill is completely gone, as those individuals are kind of scattering. They're heading back to Salindra's Hope, I think, hoping to take some respite there. So I guess I immediately am most interested in knowing what Val, Nameless, and Gnosis are going to do as they resist.
I'm not gonna lie. Gnosis, Gnosis kind of wants to sneak up behind the elf and choke him out. He's a choker outer.
He
kind of wants to try that.
is levitating.
Is he turned to us?
He's in the
How
air.
high?
He's like 10 feet in the
How
air.
high? Oh, 10 feet. Oh, I thought he was like 2 feet. No, okay.
Yeah, he's completely made
So
himself very visible. It seems like that is a part of the ritual, and that all that look upon him and are hearing this sound, he's enthralling quite a bit of them that are starting to dance and start to congregate up on top of the hill.
Okay. God, there's just okay. So that's not gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Gnosis is going. Gnosis is thinking about what to do.
I have no idea really what's going on, other than there's going to be a fight. We've chosen a side. So again, I'm standing next to Val. I have my warhammer out, probably like the head of it on the ground or whatever, and I'm just standing there limbering up, waiting to see what the hell is going to happen. I think what we're going to see is a 100-foot tall boar come barreling through the woods towards the hill is what I am fully expecting to have happen.
Val, seems like the others are maybe resting on your leadership a bit as to what to do.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to attack first and then have Val be angry at me.
So, of course, this is all in his head. So I'm telling you just for fun, see, because I don't think he would say anything. But in his head right now, he is very torn between leading, trying to persuade Gnosis and Nameless to get hell out. But he also he believes that there's no way he can kill this thing. And so he hopes that the only way to do this is actually let him die in battle with whatever the other god is, while trying to save as many people in the process. I think he already believes that this is going to happen no matter what, and try to fight it would just mean death. But he doesn't feel like going away. I guess he's too curious to see what happens. And it's a stupid thing. It's obviously stupid.
So,
but there's a fascination.
I'm picturing you guys are all still standing like on the side of the hill, pretty close to the excavation site, whereas this congregation, this summoning that he is doing, is happening on the top of the hill. Are you joining with them, or are you kind of staying in more of a observation point?
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm going to, at this point, flip it back to Gretel and Reg, because you're still inside the saloon, I think. Silver Cheek hastily kind of packing up her most valuable possessions, like whatever she can carry, very hastily. I don't think there is any sense, like Silvercheek is not going out onto that hill to verbally warn all those people.
Mhm.
She is going to maybe call out a little bit as she herself is riding away from Salindra's Hope with whatever she can carry with her.
We're gonna have to go out there and get everyone, I think. I'm just gonna say as I'm watching Silvercheek just take off.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the saloon. I'm gonna look to see if I could see our allies around, if they've come out or not. I mean, I guess at this point I don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden I see that this thing is floating in the air, right
Yep.
over the.
I'm gonna say you guys were inside when like the ritual started up. So I'm not gonna make the two of you roll, but it is like very chaotic when you leave because some of the people that were in the camp you can see are dancing. The people that are actually inside the palisade, not just the people up on the hill, but people
Okay.
that were, the attendant. Like there was like a couple of handmaids and people that took care of some of the livestock and things like that. A few of them are heading up and leaving through the front gate, seemingly going up the hill. While there's like a couple dozen people from the hill that are in the like work suits. They have been digging all morning, are panicked and coming into the village and like scurrying towards their tents to grab things, grab supplies, grab whatever. That like they obviously feel the urgency to get out of here. So there's a little bit of a mad scramble. Probably at this, like the fire is still lit. There's no longer a purple smoke coming from it. It's like burning like normal at this point. And you can all you know the hill is not that far away. You have the ability to see up on the hill your three comrades standing on the side of the hill, seemingly they're not dancing, so you don't feel that they're under the spell, but they are idling there on the side of the hill.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow towards them, not at them, but I want them to know that like I'm trying to get their attention.
Okay. Arrow comes sailing over the palisade, very high arced, kind of flies over your heads from the direction of Salindra's Hope.
I think Val will look towards Gnosis and Nameless and ask them again. We can either try to stay and ride this out. I would say the chances of surviving pretty slow, pretty small. Or we can leave now while we still have our wits about us. It's your call. Chris, summarizing to you, Raj just shot an arrow towards us to claim our attention. And I think after that, Val has basically asked you and Gnosis, we basically have two options. We stay and ride this out, and there's a little chance we're going to survive, or we make our escape now, as long as we have our wits about us. Some people are going to be taken by this frenzy. Some will save themselves. I think we've done all we can reasonably at this point.
Then let's run. Reg is getting our attention. Let's run. Let's meet up with them and see where we stand as a group.
Okay.
I don't wish to die.
Then let's go. I don't wish to see you die.
From among the three of you, the one that has the highest vigilant score could make a vigilant test. as you start to make your way back down the hill.
Mine's a 10.
Mine's a 10 too. Gnosis?
Oh,
Okay. So as you're like making your way down the hill, trying to get to the front gate of the palisade, you've got people from the town like kind of coming up and like going up the hill, dancing as they do. And probably by the time you get down the hill and get to the gate, there's like easily 80 some individuals that are all kind of gathered, and now it's like a true gathering kind of around the top of the hill. And you guys, no one bothers you as you make your way back down to the palisade. You see your comrades there, Gretel and Reg are there near the fire. Silver Cheek at this point is just exiting the saloon with a couple of bags of her belongings. Semmel is getting his cart kind of ready. And a number of others are kind of packing up and like they're kind of idling a little bit as they see like you coming into the gate. They're like, what do we do? What do we do? Are we leaving together?
We leave fast. Bring only what you can carry with you moving fast. So you will look specifically at Silver Cheek. Do you want to leave today?
She goes ahead and like throws her bags in the back of the wagon that Semmel is loading up, and she says, "Yeah, but I ain't about to sacrifice everything I worked so damn hard for nothing. It's a couple of bags. It's coming with me."
Then I will tell to Samuel, do you think we can drive this cart? We need to go right now.
We'll
We
make
need
our
to
way to
leave, Samuel.
Thistlehold.
Yeah.
She'll kind of look over at Reg. You know the best way out of here? I only know the main road that we tell our couriers to take.
Oh yeah, I could get us all out of here, but we're leaving now.
Will the wagon slow us down?
Oh, it sure will. Sure, all these people will too. I mean, I'm able to. But we need to go. It doesn't matter. It won't matter what we have when we're all dead. Let's go.
Silvercheek like takes one of the bags of coinage and such, and like she thrusts it into your arms. Okay, you carry that. I'll carry this one.
Payment complete. Here, let's go.
This is what I say to Silvercheek. I grab both bags, and I say, I carry both of these, that this one's mine.
Oh.
Make a... Sorry, I'm still in the zone where I have to like look at what the things are. Persuasive test. Okay, I'll say +4 just because of the circumstance.
Okay. Well, I have a 7.
That's an 11 now.
Modifier. Can I enter a modifier? Do I put +4?
+4.
Let's see if this works. If this is how this works. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yep.
She says, "Fair enough. Fair enough."
All right. So I'm the heavily laden dude, but I'm big and strong, so.
You begin anything that we're doing before we're leaving Cylinder's Hope behind?
I think Val would look around to see if he can see Sikander, his flaming servant, in all of this chaos. Just last
Oh,
thing.
that's a good question. He's got stats. I'll have him roll to see did he fall under the spell. I don't have I have to do it this way. Oh, he rolled a 17. He had a really high resolute too. He had 15 or lower, and he would have made it. But you see, Sikander and the Flaming Servant are up on the hill.
I think Valvo just shook his head and says, "Let's go."
Yeah, that could have
Yeah.
been interesting if he. Oh, who else is important? Your buddy, Gijabolgo. He is among those that are with you. He seems to have resisted. He was like one of the people that was like skedaddling from the hill and came down. And he's just gonna grab hold of Gnosis and be like, "Oh my God, what is happening, buddy? What is happening?"
We're gonna have to stand tough. We got to think about Priosh and what he wants from us now.
I think he wants us to get the hell out of here, right?
He does. Stick with us. We're getting out of here. Follow us.
Oh, he looks like kind of longingly at the hill, but oh, like Symbaroum gold.
It's not there. It's nothing but lintworms and lintworm. What were they? What worms? Something worms.
Lindworms. Lind. Yeah.
Lindworms. Okay, cool. I was only one letter off.
Oh man. Yeah, I've always got to pull lindworms out of my dryer. He just even though you say that, he's just like, so you're telling me this has all been for nothing? You were down there?
For nothing. You see that guy? We were there. You see that elf there? The guy floating up in the air? He's controlling everybody. That's all that was down there.
Oh. Well. First things first. We got to get ourselves out of here. We got to live to see the next hunt. There's gold in these. We'll come up with a new plan, buddy. We'll figure this out. We're gonna be rich. But he doesn't really have much to pack up, so he's like ready to roll. Yeah. Any other business that needs to be attended to in Salindra's Hope before you make your way for the gate?
Can I, because the fire was purple, is there anything left behind at the fire that might have caused that? Just like quick, like scan, see if there's anything different around the fire.
You could go over there and give a quick, let's say a cunning check.
Okay. Yes, success.
You find in the vicinity of the fire there is some residual dust, and you see like a discarded bag nearby that also has like a little bit of remnant of this like almost like sand. As you kind of pick it up, it looks like it's like a mix of spice and some kind of like something with like kind of a floral scent to it. You're thinking that this was probably like an intentional signal of some kind tossed into the fire to like create like a flare essentially.
Okay. I'm gonna take the bag with me. I'm gonna stuff it in my pocket so I can like examine the contents later. And then, but I will be quickly following after everyone else.
As you begin to scramble, there's a little bit of an exodus happening. Probably with everyone that is up there, there's about 80 people up there at the top of the hill. Your caravan here, we'll say there's about maybe 30 or so individuals that are with you. There's probably a fair number that have just like totally skedaddled and like didn't even bother coming back to Salindra's Hope. But this is like the core group that was able to corral up together, and like you're leaving as a cohesive group. It sounds like the intent is to head to Thistlehold. And I think Silvercheek is probably relying on Reg a little bit in hopes that like the best route out of here. Especially there, it sounds like the idea was to like leave that wagon behind. Semmel would have no problems with that if you tell him that like you gotta leave all this cargo behind, like he's gonna abandon it.
Yeah, I would explain that we need to be quiet, otherwise we are all gonna die. Well, most everyone's gonna die. I will explain that. I will leave everyone if everyone is too loud to. So it's time to go.
Sounds good.
I am planning on surviving, is what I say. So,
so there is like a road, essentially, that would lead you here from Thistlehold. Is your advice, or are you kind of taking everybody like more into like the rough part of the woods, so to speak, where you wouldn't be necessarily like right on the road?
yeah, I don't think we're going to be on the road.
Okay.
I try to keep it quiet, moving in packs of 5 at a time, single file type of deal. I try to get it so everyone is quiet, sticking to one trail, moving quietly.
As the group leaves and exits from Salindra's Hope, it is daytime, and I think whoever is like, those are the stragglers, maybe looking back at the hill, would notice that there are probably about 24 or so abors that are starting to poke their tusks and snouts out from the tree line that surrounds the hill. And you would, of course, also see leading them the monstrous sight of this probably 2-story, 3-story tall abor that is very, very aged, with a spear, this gigantic spear kind of sticking out of her side, and there's just like kind of caked on blood and gore that seems like it has been clinging to her fur and knowing the legend for centuries. But there is, as you're leaving, there is no big stampede or fight. This seems like a stalemate. Like everyone involved is kind of staring at each other, waiting for the other to like maybe make the first move. But I don't get the sense that you are that curious to stick around and see how that plays out. And so you start to make your way through the forest. Reg, make me a vigilant test as you start to move out. You move, navigating carefully with this big group through the woods. You're having to maybe kind of instruct those that have maybe some slashing type weapons to kind of help like cut some of the foliage away so that the group can successfully move through some of the thick underbrush and such. But you hear sounds from out in front of you. Your guess is maybe like 1,000 feet in front of you. You hear voices speaking in a barbarian dialect that you would recognize of that of the Karohar. And you hear it it's not just in front of you. It's like you're hearing it like throughout the woods.
What are they saying anything or?
It's probably too muffled to hear like distinct messages, but it's just like your sense is like it's like various conversations of people that are not trying to keep themselves stealthed. It's just like there's a lot of people in front of you somewhere, you can't see them, but you're kind of getting the sense that there maybe is a perimeter around you.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stop, and it sounds obviously it sounds like they know that we're around, that we're here. So
You don't hear any movement coming towards you necessarily, or it's not like that. It's not like it doesn't feel like there's a search party necessarily in front of you. Just a bunch of people standing stationary that were there when you approached, if that makes sense. Like you caught the sound before you went too obviously forward with your vigilant test.
okay, in that case, yes, I will stop. Call Val up forward. Let's say the tribe's here.
I think they've always been here. They knew this was coming. In what relation are you with them? Are you in good terms with them? Do they know you?
Well, I've come across a few. So try to keep my distance. They're not too keen on what I've been doing, bringing people out here.
They're gonna need to be persuasive, because they might be here just to kill us all for what we've done.
If that's the case, if we gotta leave, we're leaving this time, though. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the case, you listen to me when I say it's time to go.
Look, I'm not trying to disrespect you, Reg.
I'm trying to disrespect you. That's the thing. We listen to me next time, damn it.
I will. Let's go talk with them.
Yes, I was gonna say if I feel like there's no way of us getting through here without speaking with them, then I'd say maybe I would step up with Val to go speak with them.
I think what's his name? I'll say the leg breakers are with you, that they didn't fall under the sway. Davarik, I think like steps forward and like probably grabs Reg. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You gonna go speak to them?
Yes.
We've been at the hill. You know what our kind, I'm Karahar. They will kill us. We've been at that hill. Their taboos say we should not have been there. Our taboos say that. What are you planning to say?
Negotiate our passage. You better stay quiet and out of sight.
He's putting his hood
And
up.
if it comes to that, we might need to fight. And you're gonna have to choose. I hope it doesn't come to that. But I don't think they're well disposed towards us.
He just is like wordless, like he's trying to make himself as small as possible, and he just kind of like makes his way towards the back of this exodus. So Val and Reg, the two of you are going to make your way forward. Okay.
Yeah.
So you start to cross, stepping out from the group, heading through all this underbrush. Eventually, as you're clearing all of that, you start to see individual figures, and they're spaced out probably like 15 feet from each other. And this is why it was so easy for you to hear them so far away, is they're not just having conversations. They're like talking to the guy that's like next to them, but they're like very clearly kind of spread out. And they have, it seems like, have formed like a ring, essentially. Like they're spaced intentionally out from one another, and they've all got like alternating, like there'd be like a guy with a spear, and then the people to his left and right have bows, and then spears, and then bows. Like they've got alternating ranged and melee weapons. And as soon as you kind of step forward, you could see, arrows drawn, weapons pointed towards you, spears at the ready. And they say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, halt. You can go no further."
May I speak with your chieftain?
There's a long way away. You have to wait.
Who commands you?
He'll give you the name of their chieftain. I'd have to look it up. But you get the sense that he is with them. He says we can call for the chieftain. We can call for the witch. But they will tell you the same thing. No one is to pass. It's just the two of you?
I will No. But I will negotiate and I will listen. Trust me.
He instructs you to move back. They will call for you when there is a representative of the tribe that can speak with you. But he also gives you the warning that if they see you trying to sneak around them, trying to leave the area, that they will fully intend to kill you.
I guess Val will say to Raj, do you mind informing the rest that they shouldn't try to live?
Oh yeah, I'll keep them there. Sure.
And you get the sense that Val wants you to live. It's like whatever he plans to say, it's not something he wants to say with you there. He's not verbal, but I think you can notice his clear intent to not have anybody around when he negotiates.
Yeah, I think Reg either way will go back. I don't know if she necessarily picked up on that, as more so as that she knows that she's horrible at public speaking, and she normally just starts yelling. So it's probably best that she's gonna go back.
Where's Val when you get back? Nameless says, "Where's Val?"
Negotiating our passage through. Everyone is coming close here. I'll kind of have everyone, if they're still listening, kind of circle around a bit to say, Vala's going to get us through, and then we're going to continue on our way. After a short time, no one is to wander off. If you wander off, you're dead. Those are the terms of our negotiation so far.
Sounds like there's no questions there as you relay that to the rest of the group. Meanwhile, Val, was there something you immediately say, or are you waiting for their representative to make their way over?
I think he's waiting.
Okay.
I think he's waiting for the witch and the chieftain. Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. After a time, we'll say 30 minutes or so pass. There's a lot of anxiety about, you haven't heard anything like behind you or anything, whether anything is pursuing you or whatnot. But in this time, eventually, the barbarians call forth, and you see a very powerfully built woman making her way, easily 6 feet tall, inked with tribal tattoos, bare armed. Her hair is kind of woven with animal bones and that kind of clatter, like you kind of hear her before you see her. And she moves in. She's holding an old gnarled staff splashed with animal blood. And you're familiar enough. You know that this is the witch that serves them. And she's not alone. As big as she is, there's a much bigger figure right alongside her, and Roughneck is kind of at her flank. As Roughneck kind of comes in, she'll kind of do like a meek, like a hello, but like doesn't want to be too friendly with the so-called, breaker of the taboo here. So this woman stands before you and she says, "You wear a mask. Clan Godinja?"
The mask is Clan Godinja.
But the man underneath.
The man underneath is just a shadow, man.
But nonetheless, you possess something that is sacred to the clans, and you should know that the taboos that we place and instill within each man and woman that walks these woods, you should know that they are to be abided by.
I do, Uldra.
Why do you embrace Wielda? You embrace the Ambrians, and you disrupt this balance and bring Rathra on us.
I do not. I observe and report. And if you would allow me, I would report what I've learned. And I think at this point he would go try to very cautiously, hands up, and show her my hands. Make sure she see them very well.
You're wearing something?
I'm wearing a ring.
All right. Give me a second. I want to consult something real quick.
Yeah.
He's consulting the oracles.
Consulting the bones. The bones tell me nothing.
I gotta look at the third book to see how this impacts something.
Oh,
Wow.
That's advanced.
You're skipping ahead.
Third book.
Skipping ahead.
Damn, we're. Oh.
She asks, "Are you Ironsorn?"
Not yet.
Yet. You wish to be a part of that alliance.
Something
Bum, bum, bum.
within me tells me that's what I'm destined to do. But I do not yet know if that is true. But I'm willing to play my part.
Be that as it may, you are traveling with a great deal of people who have been upon that hill and have been in proximity to that thing that now dances upon it, the Eternal Hunter. His dance is riddled with corruption. You have been in his presence. How can we trust that you are not bringing more horrors from out of the shadow of Davokar?
Then test me.
I don't have a test for this. It'll be a bit of news that I hear from a courier months down the line. It'll be a village slaughtered months, maybe even years later. How can you assure me that you don't bring any afflicted with you? I have seen, Roughneck can attest, that all of you have had your hands in that soil.
That is true. And Roughneck is right. And I can't 100% guarantee you. But before you take lives, before you spill the blood, I hope and trust in your wisdom.
You see Roughneck kind of step forward. Val, good boss. Good man. Friends. Trust him. The witch just sighs. If we do not enforce the taboos, what good are they? Sometimes we have to make tough decisions, even with our friends. I need to think. You go back to the others. I need to think.
Respect that. But please, if blood need to be spilled, ensure some of us can make it out. Not everyone is guilty. Not everyone is corrupt.
She just says, I hear you. I need to meditate. I need to think on this before I allow anybody to move past here.
Well, we'll be waiting.
And you get the sense you're free to return back to the rest of the group, but maybe not welcome to remain in proximity to the barrier that they have created.
Yeah. I guess I'll go back so I can finally report them what has transpired, and we'll do so, and tell them that the Karohar are deciding if we can pass.
What happens if they say no?
We die.
Oh, so it's that simple.
What were their numbers?
Larger than ours.
How many?
And we have Umbrians with us. This will not be looked upon favorably.
I mean, for either way, right? I mean, they can't go and slaughter them as much as slaughter anyone, right? It'd be, I'm
What do
sure
you mean?
stories would be told, right? How this tribe destroyed this settlement, right? It's what will happen if they try to kill us.
I will die.
Well, I'm assuming that this. I think eventually I'd wait till talk to the five in private. I'd say, well, I could get you if anything. If it goes bad, you stick to me, and I'll get you out.
Are any of us Ambrian?
I am.
Okay.
Now, would Val believe Gnosis to be Umbrian too? And I ask that because it depends, I'm based off what he has seen and heard. So would he believe that you to be Umbrian?
I'm trying to think. I guess he did come up into this area with like refugees, but I'm not sure. Probably, yeah. Actually, most likely, yeah. I guess, right? Because Prios and all that is typically Ambrian, right?
Yeah.
So most likely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you would also raise your hand to the
Yeah,
question
I
of who's
guess I would
Umbrian.
have. I guess I
Yeah.
would have. Yeah, I guess. Good point. I didn't think of that.
But I think Val will try to kind of comfort everyone, say, I think we have a chance. But if it comes to it, I don't want to spill the blood of my kin.
I'll do it. Are you saying if it comes to it, you won't fight?
I'm saying if it comes to it, I'll defend us, but I will not kill my kin. What they're doing is the law. They have a right to. I'm appealing to their wisdom.
Some time passes. You're waiting nervously. I think you probably know that you are hopelessly outmatched. If it came to violence, like they've got basically an army and you've got 30 people, most of which are not
Yeah.
fighters. But the witch Girind and Roughneck both approach. They come forward and find you where you're hunkered down, and she says, Val,
Yes.
I have spoken with the spirits. I have consulted with what our customs are and what I know of you. And I know that you are known to the Holdra. I believe the spirits are telling me to, against my better judgment, let you go. I don't know why. I don't know if you are important or if it is your fate that is to help us. Help us to avert the crisis that is coming. I know you know that there is a buildup. There is tension. The Ambrians bring with them the forces of Wielda. You know what comes of Wielda, Ratha, and it will envelop us all. Something tells me that you are a part of averting that crisis, and so I will let you go. But please, don't make me... Don't allow me to fall into disfavor for choosing this. I am staking my reputation with not only my clan, but our clan with the others. So go, before I change my mind.
Thank you. I appreciate your wisdom, and I will do my best to repay you in kind when the time comes.
She points at your hand. And be careful with that. Don't think that they are all noble as they profess. Now go.
He silently will go back to the people and say, "We gotta move now, fast."
All right, groups of fives. Here we go, everybody. Let's go. Let's get going.
You get no protest from Silvercheek, who is happy to start moving. I think at this point you do hear sounds far away, but from behind you. very far off sounds of brutality, snarling, men screaming. The wild hunt is underway. But you have bypassed the clan Karahar, who were intent to kind of keep this all from spreading. You've managed to persuade them to allow you forward, and you will have a pretty uneventful trip back to Thistlehold. In the weeks that come, you will, the barbarians were pretty wary of you to the point of maybe trying to kill you to keep you from spreading whatever. Those in Thistlehold are probably not too keen on like a big group of 30 plus people coming out of Davokar. Yeah, we're not letting you in just now. We've got a little slummy place where you get to stay. And so I think for the next couple of weeks, you're going to find yourselves some distance away due south. I think it's called Blackmore is the little place where you will be spending these next couple of weeks. So it's almost going to be kind of like the little community that you've come to know as Salindra's Hope. Those that are still around have been transplanted now into this more urban environment that's essentially like a slummy suburb of Thistlehold. So everybody's going to take up residence in whatever tent or shack you can kind of assemble and I guess be thinking about what is your character up to these couple of weeks. I think our next session is basically going to be kind of a little bit of respite from all this horribleness that just happened. You just kind of getting your bearings, like maybe trying to figure out what the next thing is for yourself. But we talked about it in our chat a little bit. We've got kind of an infrequent schedule coming up. So I think this next session is just going to be kind of no set agenda, really. I might throw like a couple of little tiny things out at you, but no grand quest or anything. We'll just kind of see what your daily life is like as you're trying to resettle in this place. And we'll formally pick up like the campaign then, like after GaryCon, after we can get like back into a semblance, because I don't want to drop a bunch of like heavy information and then we have like a month off. Like I don't think that'll work very good. So that'll be like the plan, I guess.
Okay.
What so are the five of us gonna be sticking together? I'm sure Val and I will be. I mean, we're in the same town, but are we staying in the same tent? And I have one of Silvercheek's bags. What is it? What's in it?
It's a bunch of coinage essentially. So they have a big bag of coins. I'll have to decide. I want to say a number, but 500 of some various form of coinage. I'll figure out the exact denomination of what that is. But yeah, you've got your payday, and so there could be some shopping potentially in this next session because as you guys were all scrambling around to assemble a torch, obviously you are in need of gearing up, so to speak, for future adventures. So I don't know as far as like proximity, like where you all end up. I'm gonna say you're like everyone from Salindra's Hope is gonna be kind of like directed to, okay, this little trash heap over here. This is where you guys get to stay because there's nobody here. So this is where you guys get to live. Like it's kind of it's like borderline refugee camp feel, is what it's gonna be like. But there is sort of a proper village there. And we'll kind of get into maybe some of the specifics of what who are the notable people, prominent people, establishments, and those kinds of things. But by all means, if you have like an idea of, yeah, like my character would be doing this in these next few weeks, just drop that in the chat and let me know, because then I can come up with something more intentional for you.
Cool.
Awesome.
But yeah, sort of it's a weird adventure, because if you ever get into combat, other than like maybe with Sikander and his flaming servant, like you could deal with that, but like everything else is like,
You're gonna die.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you really can't hurt the Eternal Hunter, not with your weapons. Like you really can't fight, the boar without like assuredly dying. So it's like kind of a delicate balance of like how to deal with that situation. You can kind of play the gods off of each other if you appeal that way. Like if you had gone to talk to the boar first, I would say that she is the more reasonable of the two. Like you were dealing with the guy that you're not probably dissuading him from his. He was the antagonist really in the story. So the other thing that you maybe could have done is, if you guys always failed your vigilant tests because Roughneck was dropping those bags into that fire. So she had been signaling all along to the clans about what was happening in town. Like the one bag was
Okay.
somebody died. The other bag was like somebody had gone missing, and then the third one was like, oh shit, they're in the hill.
Happening.
Assemble the clan. They've breached the wall. And at that point, that's when it's harder to get out, because the clan surrounds the vicinity.
But hey, we made it.
You made it.
So
We lived.
We're alive.
alive.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And I am no longer a poor ass ogre.
Yeah, you're the richest one out of all of us now.
My
rich
pariah
ass ogre.
trait disappears.
Do you have a name now? I know we kind of talked about it in the
Yes.
chat, but do you have a name now?
I think Val will start calling him Loyal.
I accept that. I like it.
Nice.
It's getting updated as we speak on the overlay.
Whatever you say, boss.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. What's the play? What's the play, Bob? That's right.
I was feeling so bad because first the last session you're like, are we in trouble? And now what happens? They're gonna kill us? And I didn't know what to tell you.
How bad would have been that failing that roll with them dancing and
Oh, it
stuff?
would have been really
You'd
bad.
be up there dancing. So how are you getting them to not dance is the question.
Mhm.
Because he wasn't going to let you just take somebody. So yeah, you guys, for all the roles that you have failed throughout these 3 sessions, at least you nailed the ones that were like
Life or death.
you
Yeah.
lose your character because you failed that role. But I mean, like you can see like the role, like some of the roles, like as infrequently as we're doing checks. When you do have to do a check, it's kind of like, yikes.
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys had fun. I think traditionally it would
Indeed.
not be like a great it's not a great adventure, but it was great for our purposes and to like set up a campaign. So I thought it worked really well, and I had fun with how you interacted with it. So
Yeah, well, it was. I think it was a very good introduction.
yes,
That there was, you can get a little bit of the lore and stuff like that thrown in there as well. You get the feel. So
yeah, and you learned a big one that will matter in the wider campaign, which is just kind of like a drop-in thing on this adventure. But I was like, that's probably like it's a cool secret to learn like right away, because this whole thing is predicated on the Ambrians won that war. They kicked the ass of those Dark Lords, and their whole religion. Like, this is why this is why everyone believes in Prios, right? Is because, oh, that's a lie. Okay, cool.
Oh shoot, there are Dark Lords. Oh shoot, is Prios mortal? Oh, this guy was immortal and made it to godhood. Oh god.
Yeah, once you can't trust like the one fundamental truth that was like set up in the backstory, it's like, well, now we can't really trust anything. So,
Well, and one thing I guess let me ask. I mean, the Eternal Hunter wasn't necessary. I mean, he wasn't like the embodiment of evil or anything, right? I mean, he's not like, he's just kind of drawn into this eternal battle with this boar, more or less, right?
yeah, I think you could probably ascertain that the Eternal Hunter likely was a being from the time of the Symbaroum Empire, and probably came into some contact with something that corrupted his mind and made him obsessive. So even though he became kind of a deific figure of the forest, apparently even gods can be corrupted, which is there is some. We don't know who won that fight, and I'm not going to say who won that fight, but one way or another, somebody did. And there's a balance here that has been disrupted, and it is totally possible that becomes a thing later on, because the whole rationale for that setup there was the boar is maybe a problematic thing, but as long as its attention is on watching the hunter, who cares? It's a problem for this little sphere over here, and it keeps the hunter in the hill. That's a good checks and balances kind of thing. And you probably picked up on, there was the barbarians were watching it, meta speaking. Val is wrapped up with something that is watching it as well. So there's a lot of forces that were invested in like keeping that status quo going. And now that it's been disrupted, there's probably going to be people that feel the harm of that. But again,
But not us.
I think it would be incredibly
Not
difficult
today.
for a group to find a solution to that situation. You have to be very like laser focused on making that your goal. Like, we're going to make sure that this stays safe. But there's so many people digging. Like, eventually somebody, unless you somehow just clear everybody off of the hill like before anything happens, like somebody eventually is going to break free and wake him. He's in stasis until somebody, there wasn't something that was holding him. He was basically in a sleep until somebody comes into proximity and like he feels the warmth of a mortal nearby. It kind of like triggers him to like wake up. So that's what happened when.
So, but what was the energy attracting the people? Was it coming from as
His dreams?
Sikander thought?
It
Okay.
was the Eternal Hunter's dreams of wanting to be released. He had recovered, he had healed from the wound that he had suffered from the Abor, and he was ready to wake up, but he just needed that to
The
be
energy.
the activator. Yeah.
And so, was it even conceivable to try to get that skin that Sikander wanted?
Yes.
Or was it okay?
No, Sikander's his reason for coming out there was fundamentally academic. Like, he was actually looking for the temple, right? But then when he came into proximity of Salindra's hope, he got absorbed in the obsession part, but his original reason for coming out was actually legitimate, because you saw the big lindworm was there and had a little bit of skin. He could have gotten that. Maybe he will. I don't know. He's still alive, presumably.
Interesting.
Well, fun
I'm
times.
happy that, I'm
Yeah.
happy that Gnosis didn't try to suffocate the unkillable god.
Yeah. Yep. Me too.
A little bit lower. A little bit lower.
Nah, I think
A little lower.
still could have given it a chance.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying, unkillable. They still got to breathe. Just.
Yeah. He was so lucky he
Do
was
they?
levitating. He
So-
was so lucky he was levitating.
I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. He was lucky. He was.
That's right.
Thanks, Marine. Thank you for the cheer. Yes, good night. It was fun. Thanks for hanging out. I'll tell you what he had, just so you know what to be aware of in the world. He had an ability that, like, he was basically, like, if you had shot an arrow or something at him, it would have just passed right through him. He had a trait called
Oh, nice.
spirit form. So you could only harm him with, like, really powerful mystical powers or magic weapons. And even magic weapons, like, he takes, like, half, like, things that are, when you hear the
Oh,
word
wow.
God, like, they're not just using that term loosely. Like, he was basically, I don't know how you kill him without maybe having played like a million sessions and acquiring all these things. So cool. Well, thanks everybody.
Thank you for asking the question. Are you a god? Because that was so charged with.
Yeah.
memory.
And everyone
Yeah. Somebody
resisted
asked if you're a
saying
god, you say
yes. Everyone resisted that. So. All right. Well, thanks everyone. We'll call it here and say good night. See you next time.
Night all.